You are not the woman of man. You are the woman of God. And there's a big difference. Listen good now. That's why you're not satisfied. Because the men that deal with you on a plane beneath the real power of woman. They deal with you purely physical. You're not physical. Some brothers are so dumb. I bought the woman a diamond ring. I bought that girl a diamond ring. Yeah, I bought the broad a car. Go ahead. Then he'll turn around, I brought the bitch a stitch. See, he's putting you down. He's making you not human. He's making you a thing that loves things. Then he goes away, you're happy. Suddenly you're happy with a diamond, you're happy with a house. He walks away, oh man, I left her happy. And then he come back the next day, and you're on his case. He said, this is an ungrateful woman. I gave the woman a car. She's on my case. The next day, oh, later for the beer, I'm going to get me a white woman. Say, now you can give a white woman things. She happy. Because she's a thing. But you can't give a black woman things and make her happy. There's something that she craves that's above things. Now listen. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad says, and it's right here in the Quran. I'd like to read it to you. Go ahead. It says, O people, keep your duty to your Lord, who created you from a single being and created its mate of the same kind, of the same essence, and spread from these two many men and women. And keep your duty to Allah, by whom you demand one of another your rights, and to the ties of relationship. Surely Allah is ever a watcher over you. Now look, the reason you're unhappy with each other is because nature, listen, makes a man demand something of a woman. And nature makes a woman demand, listen now, demand. Listen, demand. Her nature demands something. She may not even know what it is, but she's calling for it all the time. And that's why she's not happy, man. You're not happy with her because your nature demands something that she ain't giving you. She's not giving you what God created her to give you. Now listen good. I'm at the end now. All of this, please. He created her. Listen. He, Allah, created her from the same essence of himself. So the woman is of the same nature, generally, as the man. She's from the same essence. And the essence is the God. She's a godly woman, brother. She's not no child thing. She is the woman of God. Make it plain. Oh, brother. Look. No. Please don't applaud too much because the time is late. But look, you ever notice women around stars' dressing rooms? Oh, look, there's Teddy Pendergrass. And Teddy's singing, you there, but you ain't hollering. She is. What is it in a woman that makes her gravitate toward men of power, men of means, men of substance? She married to you, but looking at a man of means. thinking about a man of substance. That's a hell of a thing. She's not an adulteress. God didn't create her an adulteress. Adultery is something that came as a result of man's fall from God. And when you fall away from God, you don't have the power to keep her love. She's dancing with you but looking for somebody else. You know why? You don't satisfy her completely. You don't satisfy the need. Her demand is such she can't put a finger on it. She can't call it by what it is. But she's dissatisfied, but she ain't talking. Yes. She's just in the house cooking these sloppy meals, but she ain't talking. She's dissatisfied. She can't tell you, look, nigga, I want God. I don't want him in space. Nigga, I want him in you. Beloved, please, this is so critical. If you don't get anything else, if you just take this home with you, you know, there's a natural demand. I say it again. Allah created her for a purpose. And what was his purpose? Yes, to reproduce himself. True, but the Quran says, woman is to give man quiet of mind. She's a consoler for him. God gave her to him as a divine consolation. She helps his mind. She's capable of equaling herself up to you. It's in her nature to equal up to God. But you got to give her God to keep her going up. If you don't give her God, she keeps going down. When these brothers were in the nation, they were pulling you up. When they went out of the nation, you went to hell and took them with you. Listen to me, sister. Listen now. Without God, he's nothing. And when he becomes nothing, you can't be something. Because you equal yourself to him. And if he goes to nothing, you go with him. You love him. That's your man. Most of them make junkies out of you. They make whores out of you. You're supposed to have some sense. But you fall in love with a man, he'll put you on the block. Isn't that something? You's a good girl, come out of a good home, and a man said, look, baby, we ain't got no money. You know what I mean? Now hear this. You listen. He said, look, baby, let me tell you something. You go on out there, you know what I mean? And turn a few tricks. And you know what? She'll do it. Not all of you, but some of you will go and be a whore to make the man happy. Some of you, he'll come to you and say, baby, I need a second wife. Yeah. You all right. You number one. But you know, like you go to a doctor for a second opinion? It'll help you do the chores and things. You know what I mean? You go for the okie doke. He'll make you a junkie. He'll make you a hoe. He'll make you with all your intelligence a cheap woman. If he goes down, he usually drags his woman with him. Very few of you are able to be strong enough to say, go to hell by yourself. Most of you make excuses to stay with a man that ain't worth a damn. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, don't you, sister? All right, you stay with the man, but you all the time looking for another one. is serious, brother. Because when you and I are not men, she got wandering eyes. And she have the spirit now of adultery in her because the demand that her nature makes on you, you are not meeting it. You make him the same. You don't meet the demand of his nature, so he cut out on you. All right, now what is the demand of nature? And then we can go on. Now, whether you know this or not, in the genes of the man is carried the creative mind of the God and the ideals of the nation. It's in the genetic makeup, not of the woman, but the man. Now, this is not saying nothing about women being inferior. But listen to me, sisters. If God created you from himself, he didn't create you his equal. He didn't need an equal. Is that right? If you didn't create yourself, he created you, then you are not God's equal. You are his subordinate. Is that right? Let's talk facts now. He created you from himself. He is above me. But he created his creatures to depend on him. Even though men try to make themselves self-sufficient. I don't need God. I can depend on myself. This is the way you all act. I don't need no man. What the hell can a man do for me? I just depend on me. But every time you say that, you're killing a natural thing in you toward a man. Right? And at the same time that you're so independent of a man, your soul is unhappy because you need a man. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Now, if God created you to depend on him, listen now, as a consoler and a comfort for him, he created you also. And he put on himself in your creation an obligation to you, and that is to secure you in every respect, to physically provide for you what you need, to spiritually provide for your spiritual nature, to secure you. That is what the word Muslim actually means. One who is made secure and has entered into peace is a Muslim. Right. God made you the first Muslim. He made you secure, and he fashioned you in such a way that when he secured you, you entered into peace and bowed unto your Lord. Yes. Did you hear what I'm saying? You didn't get no big bad mouth with him. Now look here. You didn't rise up and put your hand on your hip and get all up in his face. You went to talking soft and sweet and low. Right? And what is it that I may do for you, my Lord? Right. Because when God makes you secure, your nature makes you want to serve. When God secures a messenger, a prophet, a man who makes you want to serve him, that's not criminal. You want to serve a man that makes you secure and shows you the divine love that takes you gives you divine life. That kind of man you don't mind cooking for. That kind of man you don't mind running his bath water. That kind of man you don't ask him what you need. You know his need. And before he asks for it, you got it. That's right. Make me feel safe. I ain't saying with no doggone big muscles. That's nice to have a man that'll knock another dude down for me. But make me feel safe in an alien environment. I'm pregnant for you, man. Make my baby safe. Feed me. Look after me. I have natural needs. I have divine needs. Feed my mind. It wants to grow. I want to get up to God. Feed my mind and make it grow. Make me secure. That's my demand on you. I don't know how to articulate it, but that's my demand. And when you come up and you ain't got no job and don't want to work, but you got a hustle to get a jerry curl so you can look pretty on the outside and a total fool on the inside. Your wife is home, your baby's at home, and you don't care to make them secure. You live in a crazy neighborhood. You won't go and make a school to feed your baby's mind properly. You turn your black babies into the hands of your enemy to destroy their mind. And your woman is sitting here looking at you, seeing her babies destroyed, and you don't care. She's looking for a man then. The minute you go to work, her phone rings. Where's the man? Damn it, I'm going to the disco. Come on, baby. She's looking for a man. You ain't going to find no man in no disco, sister. That's right. So stay out the disco if you're looking for a man. If you want to find a man, find God. And when you find God, you'll find a real man for yourself. Oh, praise the truth for Allah. Oh, beloved, as I leave you, there's so much, man, I'm telling you. Honest to God, no, don't you all move up in the balcony. Sit down. Sit down. Just sit down. Sit down. I'll give you plenty of time to move. But when you all start moving, you disturb the house. You got a stampede with your madness. It ain't madness, brothers, but it is disturbance. Look. I said the ideals of the nation are in the genes of the man. Do you know why women fare better in the world than you? Because the woman is made to reflect God. See? When you give her a name in Arabic, you give her the feminine. It's a reflection of the male attribute. It's not the origin of it. It's not the generator of it. She takes it and reflects it. Therefore, she's not Naim, she's Naima. Right. She's not Hakim, she's Hakima. Right. She's not Jamil, she's Jamila. Why? She's a reflection of divine, not the divine origin that is in the man who comes directly from the God. And that's why the messenger said man is God. It is not that you are already developed, but the power is there in your genetic makeup to grow into the divine. You hear? You're powerful, brother. Each one of these men can make you happy. I don't care what he is now. Don't judge him, sister. Don't say that nigga ain't nothing. Just because he been nothing. You understand? He has been to nothing because he's deprived of the love of God, which will give life to the divine within himself. Now we've come full circle. That's why Pharaoh said, spare the woman and do what? Kill the man. The whole white man's world killed the ideals of God in you. She is sad and dead in another sense, but she's a reflector, so she can grow in his environment more than you because she don't carry the ideals of the nation. She reflects whatever environment she's in. And because she's a reflector, she can go to the white man's school and reflect back to him his own civilization. But every time you do it, you kill God in yourself. Have you ever seen a black man try to be intelligent in a white man's way? Yeah. Listen to him talk. Brothers and sisters, just a moment, just a moment. Don't you laugh at me. Brothers and sisters, as we matriculated from the school of, and he sounds so weak, sick, effeminate, gone, because he's trying to reflect the white man's world, and that makes him a woman. You understand? Oh, yeah. Look. Okay. Brother said, wait a minute. He said this is all wrong. But brother, wait just a minute. Wait a minute. Just a minute. You can disagree. There's no problem there. But listen, brother. When we disagree, it's all right to disagree. None of us are going to agree all the time. But when we disagree, let's go think about it. Now listen what I'm saying. I'm not saying that reflecting his knowledge actually makes you a sissy. But I'm saying that, look, I'm a reflector of knowledge. That's why in the scripture, the messenger of God is styled in many places as a woman. Because he reflects the wisdom of God. You are not created to reflect the wisdom of made man. You are created to reflect the wisdom of Allah. And in that sense, you are feminine to him, but totally masculine. But when you reflect the wisdom of the Caucasian world, you become his. Thank you. We look, brothers, we don't disagree. But hell, we're not going to become disagreeable. Is that right? All right. Now look, we're at the end. Pharaoh, and if you look in our history, killing the man, he does not reflect the ideals of God anymore. Killing him, you have no guide from your black man. So who becomes your guide? The Caucasian. Who do we reflect? Caucasian. You have children, sister. Your children, by nature, should incline to their father. When this black man treats you less than a man, you take your children from the womb and you take away their inclination to their own natural fathers. Because you don't love their father, and you put it in the child. And the child don't lean toward his daddy. He leans away from his father in the direction that you lean in. And if you lean in the direction of the world, you lean your children in that direction. That's why a wise man, brother, will never mess over, if you pardon the expression, a woman. Never mess over a woman. Because that woman is shaping your and my future in her womb. Always keep her inclining towards you. Always keep yourself inclining toward Allah. Yes, sir. And if you incline toward the God, you incline toward strength, wisdom, power, and she will naturally incline toward you. And the more we incline toward God and toward each other naturally, then the strength of the family is produced. And when you got a happy man that reflects God, you got a happy woman that reflects God coming through her man. Then you got strong children that reflect God through the man, God through the woman, God in the children. You got a family. And I want to say as I leave you, unless we produce the family again, we will never be able to survive what white folks are about to bring on all of us. You and I must get to God. Allah. And that love of God must reflect in the man. And we must reflect God's love to our women and our children and bring them up out of a subhuman level where no man will ever refer to the black woman as a subhuman creature ever again. You, man and me, you and I, we have the responsibility to make her secure. We have the responsibility to build schools for these children. We have the responsibility to feed her and to feed a nation. That's not white folks' responsibility. That's our responsibility. And the same way God allows the Caucasian to do it for himself and his people, you have the same opportunity, or you and I can make the same opportunity to do it for our children. Let us no more reflect the ideals of a degenerate world. Hell is a mother. So teaches the Quran. Hell is always mothering new children. Heaven is also a mother. And the love of God will bring the kingdom of heaven out of you. Learn, brothers, sisters, to love one another. Now I say to my brother who disagreed with a point that I made, I want to say this to you all. When family members love each other and disagree, the nature of their love will always make them reason with each other's points of view to see what makes us disagree with each other. But we must never disagree for the sake of disagreement, disagree for the sake of producing finer truth. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to disagree with you just because I want to be disagreeable. But I'm going to disagree with you if I disagree so that I can get you to show me your point of view so we can come together and agree. Everything must be done in the spirit of love. Otherwise, egos become involved. Do you hear what I'm saying? And when, listen, brothers and sisters, I'm serious. When we argue with each other, Allah hates it. When we reason with each other, Allah loves it. Argument means ego is involved. And sometimes you win the argument, you lose the person. That's not God's aim. Don't ever try to make your brother look bad. Always try to make your brother look better. Love is going to bring it out of him. And let me tell you, when you love your brother, you listen to him. Now I say this, tonight is 5/5. Next week when we come back, we're going to have a question and answer session. And I will speak for 15 minutes, and then we will have questions and answers. And in that kind of spirit, I believe we'll grow to each other. Now, when you leave here tonight, think about what I've said. Please, go think. Just think. Think about it. Think about it. And to those of you who may have been hurt by my use of the word bitch, I want you to go make a study on that word and promise yourself never to use it on a black woman. I would not generally use it on anyone. It's not the best word to use, but it's very descriptive of low-life people. You understand? Can I ask you, how many of you can say tonight that we will never refer to our woman as such again? Thank you, brothers. Believe me, that's a step in the right direction. That's a step. Can I ask you another question? Those of us who say we will never refer to our women as that again, how many of you can see that without the divine love, we drop our woman down to that low level? How many of you can see that lust makes her on that cheap level? Lust, not love, lust makes her that way. Very good. Sisters, let me ask you. How many of you can see that nature has put in you a demand on men? You can? All right. How many of you, sisters, feel that the approach of a man to you just for sexual favors is dehumanizing? Very good. Can I ask you another question? Sisters, if you see a man's vulgar approach to you as belittling you as a divine creature of Almighty God Allah, how many of you see that the way you dress can cause him to think of you in low terms? Can you see it? All right. Brothers and sisters, let's improve our conduct toward each other. Thank you for listening. May Allah bless you.